It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Philie with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Pimp My Setup episode number 8. Streamed live on July 31st. Oh my God, July 31st. It's already the end of the freaking month. This is insane. But today is a special day because I'm joined by Nick, aka Coconutmnky. And it has been, we were just talking about this. Literally, we've been talking about having you on for years.
Yeah, years.
And it finally happened. So thank you for coming on. We do appreciate
Excited
it.
to be here.
Yeah, and guys, check out your Instagram, right? It's Coconutmnky without the O and monkey.
O and the E.
And the
so
E.
It's just MNKY.
There you go. Okay. See, okay. I forgot about that. So go check it out. You do a lot of cool things on there, like your drone. What is it technically called? It's just RC drone. Is that what it is?
Or FPV, quad rotors, I guess.
FPV. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do a lot of cool posts on that. So if you're into that stuff, go check it out. But yeah, this is going to be a fun episode. And I'm just hoping that you're ready because it's an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, cool. So for those that don't know, I was talking about it before. We have an entertainment setup and we have a hotel setup. So it's definitely unusual, but we're getting into it. First setup of the day, submitted by Lance. He uses his setup for gaming and photo editing. How old do you think he is?
I probably think he's around probably my age, like late 20s, early 30s, in that range.
He's 54.
Oh, snaps. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
he's a kid
54.
at heart still.
Yeah. Right. Let me show you the 6 photos. That way we get an idea of what's going on in the setup and then we'll critique it. So here's the second photo. Nice couch setup. That's where his laptop is. And then see a nicer, closer look at it. A lot of Star Wars. I think a fair bit of it, and a little night shot. So very, very cool. What are your initial thoughts?
This guy's definitely, or this person is definitely kid at heart, because I feel if I had that much Star Wars, I would probably do something similar as well.
Yeah, honestly, I'm saying here. He's got
he has the Legos, he has the figures, the Funkos. Oh yeah, it's just nice it's eye pleasing.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And I like that it's all in like nice little shelves. It's like spaced apart. It's not like jammed together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could see everything.
Yeah. And actually he's got LEDs. So at night, each shelf is like lit up, which is really cool. And then, yeah, the second photo where we actually see like the table and everything looks, first off, that couch, that love seat, whatever you want to call it, looks so comfortable. Like, oh God.
I think if I looked at that, I probably would have guessed a higher age bracket but yeah, it definitely does look comfortable. It's like, it kind of sticks out because it doesn't kind of blend in, but it doesn't matter because it is comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly.
You're not looking at the couch in that room. You're looking at everything while sitting on the couch.
Yeah, 100%. I think what's interesting is like, he doesn't have, and he's in the chat right now, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but he doesn't have like one of those lapdog things. So if he wants to like actually sit back on his couch and use his laptop, like he doesn't have like those hard kind of like surfaces.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of a problem, but
could be. It depends if that's like, is that his only source for gaming? Does he have consoles hidden? Because I see a controller mounted on the shelf.
Oh yeah. I think I guess he could tell us in the chat, but if he's gaming off of this laptop, then I feel like that's not, I mean, it's great. He's got the big mouse pad and whatnot, but you kind of have like the hunchback if you're sitting on the couch, like leaning over to play. And I feel like maybe not ideal.
Or it could just use a Steam Link. Oh, he sits on the edge of the love seat. Okay.
Yeah. I don't
that
know
might be uncomfortable.
Yeah. So like, I mean, he does have the Nintendo Switch and stuff, but when you're doing PC gaming, why don't you get like a lapdog or something like that? Or even just like, you can makeshift something to just kind of keep it on your lap. It'd probably be a little bit easier to game, in my opinion, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably even say do a Steam Link because it's small enough you could fit it behind the display. Yeah. And then just run it with I think you could plug in the controller to your laptop and then it'll still connect to the game and you can throw it on your screen if you wanted.
Sure.
But there's different ways to skin a cat.
Yeah, 100%. And he even said that he's going to look into that. So this is good. This is why you come on the show. You know, we're giving you amazing information. You don't get this anywhere else. This is premium. But yeah, I love the entire vibe here. The posters, you know, for me, I would probably like frame them and stuff, because then you get like all these like wrinkles and whatnot. But
or just to preserve them.
Yeah, well, that too. I mean, you definitely want to preserve them. But again, the night shot and whatnot, like it's just a cool room, cool setup. And here's the thing: we don't really like show this too often because there's not that much to talk about, you know, in comparison to a normal desk setup. Because this is more of like a Star Wars showcase with a laptop on a coffee table.
Yeah, it's a showroom before it's a playroom.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I love the helmet on the wall. I love the vibe here. It's just super, super cool. But yeah, if you're a Star Trek fan, I'm sure you don't like this. I don't know. Is that how that goes?
You came to the wrong part of town, but
he also does have an Xbox controller for the laptop, so at least he's got that going.
Yeah.
So nice.
So, yeah, because I feel like gaming's very secondary opposed to what the goal was here. So yeah. I like it's set up for him. I like it.
You know, the one thing because I'm staring at this photo, I'm just surprised that he doesn't have like a bigger TV and like a crazy sound system, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not the movie room. It's like his room of the house that he gets to make for him.
Yeah. Honestly, that makes a lot more sense. And apparently, I'm going to be honest, Lance, I don't remember your desktop setup. So I'm guessing.
Oh, soundbar next.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I'm guessing he does have like another. I don't know. Maybe he has another room, like you said, and that would make a lot more sense, because the one thing I'm looking at here, it's like, yeah, bigger TV, better sound system to enjoy what the room's all about, you know?
For sure.
So,
I don't know. If he goes bigger TV, he might run out of the shelves. He have to move the shelves out. So
true.
Trade-offs.
Yeah, I guess, or maybe on the left side, just get bigger shelves. Boom, big brain.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, let's go to the next setup. Thanks for submitting that, Lance. This next setup is submitted by Leslie, I guess is how you say the name. Use a setup for gaming, VR, and movies. How old do you think Leslie is?
Probably like 18-ish.
Okay. 28.
What?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
So 28 and a really, really cool setup. Let's quickly go through the 4 photos. So this is like the main one we'll focus on because it tells you the entire story. And then we get a little bit more. I really like that left side. And then really clean cable management and closer look at the left side. So taking a look at the main photo, what were your initial thoughts and what made you think 18?
I only thought 18 just because like there's a lot of kind of, I don't know, the console shelf going on the left, and then the small movie posters kind of like, okay, it's like the Fury Road's kind of the newer Mad Max, so not like a throwback.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, Point Break. I should have guessed a little bit older because I don't know anyone younger than me who's seen Point Break.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is, honestly.
It's a pretty good action flick.
Okay, well, it's been added to my list.
Cool.
So initial thoughts on the actual desk portion of the setup. What do you think of it?
It's too clean.
Too clean. Okay.
Like it doesn't look like it's worked in kind of deal. It looks like I don't know. You walk into IKEA, you see like the setups, like, oh, this is a possible bedroom. Like it's too clean for a bedroom. It's like it doesn't look lived in. But and then it's like, okay, I could kind of see it now for a 28-year-old. It's like you matured enough, like gotta feel good by cleaning up the room a little bit. Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, the other thing too is unless I mean, he does have like the one little light, but I was wondering like no RGB, you know, it's pretty, like you said, mature, very like the taste is lighting. Good. Yeah. So, and it's funny because he said the table, the desk, and the chair are IKEA. So you were dead on about it being kind of like IKEA showroom-esque. I think it's interesting too. Like he's got the bed off to the right side and he's got the TV there, and it's, I guess, multi-purpose because I would hope that he can like rotate it, you know?
Oh yeah.
Tilt it towards the desk when he's there. Also tilt it to the bed. Otherwise it's kind of like in a weird spot.
I kind of feel trapped. Like I would feel trapped if my TV was I could only watch it from bed.
Yeah.
Because I think that's kind of like the worst place to watch a movie because you're either gonna pass out or you could only watch it from like one angle. Like if your bed's in the corner on the wall, you could only watch it if you're like this, or like your
like,
one side's gonna be
the blood flow and you're cramping up. And you're like, oh god. Okay, he said it's tilted. Yeah, so it does tilt. Good. That changes everything for me. Now, the one thing that's interesting though is the speakers being off to the side there, like little weird, because it's only on that little
speaker?
table. What was that?
Like, are the rest of the speakers like around the room? Because that's like a surround setup, no? Or
I mean, there's like one right here under the controller, I think, right?
That looks like the volume box.
Okay, yeah. So
like the controller for it.
And then what about behind this the monitor? Is that just
could be another... a subwoofer?
Because then I think also when I'm in over here, is this the subwoofer?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I'm confused. Visible confusion.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, there we go. There is a 5.1 setup, which is around the bed.
Okay. So so the speakers are focused around the bed then, not the room.
Huh. Okay.
That makes sense.
Weird though, having the subwoofer on top of something and not on the floor. A little weird. Nitpicking, I guess.
A little bit. I mean, it's still in the corner, so it's going to throw the bass into the whole room anyways.
Yeah. What you got to do is mount it inside of your mattress so you really feel it when you're laying there in bed.
Just point it upwards under the mattress.
Yeah.
So you can feel the movie.
Yeah. Anytime there's an explosion, just the whole bed is just vibrating. So the other thing that I want to talk about, let's see here. Obviously the cable management, we got to touch on that. It's like perfect.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
it's almost like something's not right here. There's like a hidden wall or, some like
the too clean suspicion.
Yeah. Like I see some cables over here, but I don't know. I don't buy it. I mean, this is just, okay. We do see a little bit there. It's just perfect. It literally is perfect. So great job there.
For 28, congrats on going the extra mile and putting in the effort to clean up your cables.
Yeah.
Because even I don't do that on my setup. But
yeah.
Like if it's tucked away, if my feet don't touch it under the desk, I'm cool. Like,
yeah. That is honestly like the most important thing. As long as you're not like touching with your feet, then like, job done. So, I guess the last thing we'll talk about here is just how nice this side table is. I like that the PC is not on your main desk. I like that everything's spaced out. You have some like cool little knickknacks and stuff. I like it. What about you?
I definitely like it. Like it looks more of a display, like instead of being lived in, but it works. It ties in the rest of his setup, which is nice. It isn't like, oh, the desk is clean, but I threw all my stuff here.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, 100%.
I do like that he made it's like the VR as well. So he actually has room for it rather than, I don't know how to describe it. Like the setup complements it rather than you moving stuff out of the way. He just switched to it.
Yeah, 100%. Also look at here. You can see how he manages some of the cables up the wall. Like this guy put a lot of time into keeping it very, very clean. So you got to appreciate that. And overall setup, super, super nice.
I like.
You ready to go to the next one?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Whoop. I'm doing laps here on my stopwatch. We went a little long on that one, but it's okay because it was really cool. And this next one is also really, really cool. Submitted by, oh God, I'm going to butcher his name. No. It's like Noel without the L. So I don't know.
It's probably Noe, maybe.
Yeah. Let's just go Noe. I like that. Is that kind of a joke too? Like, no. Okay. Anyways, you set up for work, gaming, and streaming. How old do you think he is?
Dang, late 20s.
Late 20s.
I'm just going off from because this seems awfully similar to the last setup. It's like maybe he's in our age range, just about.
He's 25.
Okay, so right at the midpoint.
Yeah, he's the same age as me, which it's like kind of cool to think about, and it's a very, very clean setup. Like maybe a little too clean, like above the actual monitor and everything, but a lot of a lot of anime, Pokemon, that kind of stuff. Real quick, let's go through all the photos. We have 5 photos here, so a little bit closer up. Monitors on. Got the chair in the mix underneath the desk, nice and clean. And then a closer look at the PC, and very, very clean. You know, he's using sleeving and all that. So very smart. But yeah, what are your initial thoughts here?
I like it. It doesn't look like IKEA.
Mhm.
It's just I feel like it's the right amount of lived in kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because you did mention he uses it for work.
Yeah.
And he has hints of things that he likes. So I could see Pokemon. I could see some Star Wars figures up in there. Like, it's a healthy mix.
Yeah.
For wall decorations. Granted, he doesn't have anything on the back wall. It's kind of plain.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that to me is like, it almost stands out more because he decorated the right side, but then was like, yeah, about above his monitor, you know?
Yeah. I mean, depending where he lives, maybe he doesn't want anything falling on his monitor or
True.
something. But does the monitor look kind of off-centered, or is it just me? Just because the monitor stand where he has it?
Let's see. Oh man, now you're gonna start playing, like my mind's gonna start thinking everything's trippy and whatnot. You know, I think
I just need to make sure I'm not tripping.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I can't tell. I can't, because
Right.
now I feel like I'm trying too hard to make it look like it is in my head. It
Center
looks
to desk, he said. Starbucks Tech.
okay.
Oh, is that him? No, I don't think that's him.
I don't think that's him, but he does say it's centered, and honestly, I think it's just that monitor arm is throwing you off. That's what it is.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
because in order to mount it centered, it kind of,
you gotta offset it a little bit.
yeah, it's not centered to the wall, of course, because like the window and stuff, but to the desk, I would say it is. But it's like, it's interesting too, because he mounted, like, obviously he's streaming and stuff. He had no problem mounting the camera to the wall like that. And it's like, I just put something, pop a color or something, you know?
Yeah, it looks like he might be stretching those cables too.
True.
Just for the camera to get up in there.
Yeah, looks a little tight, just a little bit. I mean, it's literally like taut as hell. I don't know if that's really the best idea.
I'd be sketched personally.
Yeah,
doing that.
Yeah, same. But as far as like how you said it's lived in and everything, I totally agree. Because if you look at, he's got like tons of accessories, but it's not cramped and it's also not empty. So you could tell that someone sits here and uses this setup on a daily basis, and that to me is like key. I hate when it looks like a magazine, you know?
Yeah. Because I feel the magazines are always like the impossible dream.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Because if you're gonna have projects laying around. Like my desk right now has a drone I'm working on, so it's not gonna be perfect.
Yeah. And this like is cool too, because it shows a little bit more about him. Like, what is this over here? Is that manga, right?
Yeah, it looks like manga. And then he also has the amp mounted underneath his desk.
Yeah,
it's a nice touch.
I love when people do that. Very cool. What's weird though is like I'm seeing more cables back here, but then
tucked in that corner. Yeah. I mean, it's probably due to because of the amp.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
It's a little deceiving because it actually here looks like worse, but then when you go into like further photos, it actually is pretty clean. So yeah, I think it's just the cables coming out of the amp, and that's it, you know? So I guess that basket is for cables underneath the desk. I don't know. Maybe he stores his lunch in there. We don't know what he does, you know?
we have the mystery box just hidden there.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it could be for his lunch, and you know, the exhaust can be, you know, heating up his lunch from the PC. You play some games.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Let's see. Oh, I have my network in the. Oh, okay, so your networking equipment is in the basket. Okay. My fiance keeps me a little limited on decor. Okay. All right. Well, that helps a lot.
Yeah. Fiance wins. She gets final say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She disapproved anything on the wall. Okay. You know, that explains just about everything. But hey, at least you got to put your pop figures up there and your Pokeballs. So yeah,
at least you got the hall pass for that.
Yeah. Hey, you got to take it when you can.
Yeah, just take it.
Yeah, honestly. All right, let's go to the next setup. This is the crazy setup. So this setup is submitted by Nick, also NIC. So you got a twin. And
it's like the cleaner twin.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little. Nick uses his setup for work, light gaming, and photo editing. And he said, fun fact, between him and his girlfriend, he has over 160 plants. So yeah. Before we even talk about it, let's go through 6 photos and just get a good feel. He sent more photos, but we got to kind of limit them. So here's the first photo. We're talking magazine, like this right here is magazine. I mean, look at this one. Through the foliage, he's got the leaves with the blurred out and the
inner photographer
foreground
coming out.
Yeah, look at this. This is like interior designer Martha Stewart, and the wall with like the pegboard kind of thing. It just wow, wow. And he's got the cutout here for his thermostat, and just clean sit-stand desk. And
aesthetics, it's like, so good.
Yeah. How about this final photo with like the corner, the opposite side of his setup? Like, this doesn't even look real.
Like, I don't know. If I get my own room, I would like to have him come and help inspire me to do something like this, because this is amazing. Like,
yeah, and he could probably show you how to properly take care of a succulent. So
yeah, definitely. I think
which is huge. But yeah, so let's go back to, I guess we can talk about, first let's talk about the actual setup photo. What were you didn't guess his age, right?
No, I didn't.
How old do you think he is?
Definitely like 32, 33-ish.
He's 23.
No way.
Yeah, 23.
Oh my gosh, dude is interior designing well beyond his age.
Yeah.
That's
and he's like, also he's living in like a really nice apartment, like really, really nice. So he's doing well for himself.
Kudos to you, dude. Yeah.
All right. So looking at the actual setup, what were your initial thoughts on it?
I like the splash of green. Like, it just, I don't know how to describe it. It's really awesome because I don't know. My sensors are like overloading right now. Like, dude, this is a sweet setup, because it doesn't define, this is a gaming cave. It's like you could live in it, like watch a movie, read a book. Like, it's a multi-purpose room. It's dope. It isn't like dedicated, like, okay, this is the man cave, this is how it's going to be. It's like, no, it's just me cohabitating with someone, and we're making it work. Yeah, which is probably really hard, especially because it's like straight up in the living room. You have to find that balance. And like you said, it works. It doesn't, someone won't walk in and be like, RGB, your dude's playing games in the living room. It's like, no, this is actually kind of like an art piece. It's gorgeous. So it's just the pegboard idea too. That's so smart with the shelves, and very cool. It's just really, it's really neat. I mean, he could probably even change it out too eventually. Like, he gets rid of some plants. He could, like, maybe I could put my camera lenses up there, or just something like, and it'll still tie in because he has green everywhere else, which is amazing.
Yeah. I wonder like how it's actually mounted to the wall, because I would imagine he's renting, and like, how does he get around the whole renter aspect of doing a wall of like, is it leaning up? It's got to be like mounted in some way. So I would love to, he's in the chat. I would love to know. I would love to know about that. Plus, the thermostat's like definitely in a weird spot, but I guess you just,
he owns the place, mounted the pegboard with the French cleat system. All right.
Wow. Is this a condo? Is that what it is? Like, wow. That's very, French cleat. That sounds like something my dad would do. My dad's obsessed with French cleats.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
I haven't used
really,
them personally, but I've read so much about them. I was like, okay, this is what you could do.
Yeah, if you ever just want to mount something, just French cleat.
French cleat. Yep.
Yeah. You want to mount yourself to the wall? Just attach one to your back and just slide right on. So what do you think? Because like sit-stand desks obviously are really hard to work with. What do you think of how he managed to make it work?
I like what he did. I mean, I don't know what kind of cable loom that he's using there, but that's definitely something I would look into personally, because I'm also using a sit stand, but the cable management is a lot tricky because you also have to take into account when it goes up, you lose that slack that you've already sorted out. So it's a next level of cable management.
Yeah, because honestly, like some people, they don't realize that. But the second they go up, all of a sudden their monitor starts getting pulled, and like the keyboard slides off the desk. Like, oh God.
I almost, the first time I did that on my desk, I totally didn't realize it, but I almost pulled it out of my, the display port out of the GPU
Oh
because
God.
they went so way up. I'm like, oh geez.
Yeah, that's like another reason why I love people that can mount their actual PC to the desk, like the underside of the sit stand desk. Oh my, that makes things like a million times easier because you're not pulling tension up and down. It's staying put. So
but you're also straining the motors depending on what kind of sit stand it is too.
That's why you get commercial grade, only the best. So
only industrial everything.
Yeah. Hey, honestly, when I was like 300 pounds, I had to get commercial grade because otherwise, most things wouldn't work, commercial grade office chair, commercial grade, everything.
Yeah.
You have to, but yeah, he said it is called the cable snake. Yeah. Cable chain. They have all different variations and just, it's kind of like a slinky, it contracts and stuff. It just helps so much with your setup. And I love the hub mounted there. He's just, in terms of everything on the desk with the light bar above the monitor, the microphone, it's just accessory wise. I feel like he checked everything off and just did it perfectly.
Yeah. I think he kitted it out very nicely. And like, even with his keyboard, he just, the gray, like a classic black gray kind of thing. He didn't, I'd probably say do green keycaps, but that's like an optional thing, like just to make splashes of color pop up.
Yeah, I mean, especially green, nice. Like a little bit of green on the keycaps, that'd be cool. Overall though, I mean, there's really like I can't critique it because I just feel like I can't even reach this level, so it just doesn't feel like I'm worthy of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, relatable.
Overall though, again, awesome. Like just so awesome.
It's I don't know how to like. It's nice to just look at. Like if I were to walk in this room, I was like, I could just vibe here for a while. You know,
it's like comforting. It's like homey.
Yeah. Just
very, very nice. And he said, "Thanks, Matt. I'm a longtime follower of Pimp My Setup. This setup is a result of your old days when you rated setups." Well, I appreciate that. Definitely don't give me any credit though, because this is all you.
That's all you.
Yeah. I could not even begin to like. That's the thing when I go into like an empty room, I'm not like, oh, let's do a pegboard or like I'm just like, let's just put a desk there and call it a day. So yeah.
I think like I don't know, after moving the desk in my quote unquote office, it's like I started looking like, okay, what can I start doing to grow into it more? Because like you get into other hobbies, like maybe I need another shelf or like an actual workbench kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of evolved with him, but like that's nice the way he took it, because it isn't like, okay, I just need desk and then leave it at that. Like I don't care about the space around me.
Yeah.
But he worked it in with his fiance.
Yeah, which is huge. I mean, that I feel like complicates it. Yeah, girlfriend, fiance, same, I don't know, same stuff.
Significant other.
Yeah, there you go. Partner, life partner. And then also someone did bring up, we went a little long on this one, but it deserves it. And I think it's worth mentioning. How do you actually enjoy the TV? And then he said that the TV is on an arm that swivels out to face the couch. So,
okay, that's dope.
Yeah, that for people wondering that are watching later on, that is how that works. Because it would kind of make no sense if you couldn't move the TV. It'd be a little bit of a problem.
Or you could just have it drop down like a periscope from the ceiling.
Yeah, there you go.
The couch.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to do that, because it fits. But all right, let's go to the final setup of the day. This one is going to make people say, why is this on the show? But it's on the show because it's real. It's from Jamie. It's a hotel setup because he's moving states. So he's here for a little bit more than he'd like to be. And he uses it for gaming, media, and photo editing. And he's got like this little table set up that is actually on wheels. So he can bring it around the room depending on what he's doing. He could sit on the bed. He could sit on, wherever. And it works with him. So before we even talk about it, how old do you think he is?
He's traveling, or he's moving, right? He's not traveling for work. Okay. That's tough. I'd probably say under 20.
Under 20.
So I'd say like 19, maybe.
Okay,
18,
not
19?
far off. He is 23.
Okay.
Yeah. So interesting. I don't know his life story where he's moving, but I gotta say, it's rare that I would put a setup like this on the show. But I feel like, you know what? Especially lately, like people have been in hotel rooms. People are back to traveling. whether you're going out for work or whatever, it's kind of cool to think about what's possible in a hotel room.
Where people have been having to adapt a lot.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Which also, like, this setup right here is really, really smart. Even if you're not in a hotel room, if you just are in a tight space or whatever, the fact that it's all off of a laptop and the desk has wheels, like, that's kind of a game changer.
His, or is it part of the room?
I would imagine it's his because he's moving. He probably brought it with him along the way. But hotels should probably start including desks that have wheels. That'd be kind of smart.
Yeah, just like to roll around.
Yeah.
But that's a great setup. I mean, it seems like he's carried a theme still.
Yeah.
But like the webcam, I'm kind of confused because I thought that laptop has a webcam in it.
Maybe? I guess he likes the ring light.
Or high quality.
Yeah. Because that's the Razer Kio. When you turn the dial, it has a built-in ring light. So maybe he's trying to look good for all the people out there when he's
business
on
meetings.
Yeah. They're like, wow,
that makes sense.
Do you have a ring light? And you're like, yeah, I do. It's on my webcam. Which, speaking of, it does seem like he's a huge Razer fanboy, but then he's got the red on the mouse pad. I'm like, damn, you're so close from like a perfect Razer theme, you know?
Maybe it was whatever was available and he could get that sent to that hotel.
Yeah.
Or
that's not acceptable.
What was around in the stores.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't care if that was the only option. That just ruined the setup.
Just change the colors on the peripherals to red and then you'll be fine.
Yeah. There you go. Get a Sharpie out. Let's get this figured out. But yeah, I mean, overall, like, of course there's not a lot to talk about, you know, because it is such a simple thing, but like we can appreciate the way that he's got the hub sitting back there. In the back.
Yeah.
You know, all the little accessories.
It's definitely hard to cable manage when everything's stuck to that small space, but at least he got it to a point of, okay, I could just tuck it kind of behind. Mm-hmm. So it's out of the way of his hand space, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's got he also, you know, didn't need to go overboard with accessories, but he still isn't really missing out on anything. Like, sure, he doesn't have speakers, but is this guy going to travel with a 5.1 surround sound system? You know, you're not going to do that. So the fact that he has really nice quality accessories in such a interesting situation is like, that's awesome. Yeah. That's really cool.
I definitely give him props because my portable setup is nothing close to that. The minimum is a mouse, and I just use the keyboard on the laptop and the Xbox controller. Like, my whole library changes. I don't even use play shooters if I'm on the go. It's like I'll go play Forza or something.
Yeah, 100%. That's literally what I do. Like, at most, maybe a mouse. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be bothered, so I'm just gonna go trackpad, which I don't recommend. But you know, if you could do that, if you could bring a mouse, if you could bring headphones, like, sure, it is a little different for him because he's also, since he knew he was going to be doing this, he probably had like a specific bag only for this. Whereas if you're traveling, it's like you have other things with you. You know, how much can you really fit? Do you want to like chance your headphones getting like crushed and stuff? So overall, very, very cool. Do you have any final thoughts for this setup?
Not really. I mean, it works. I feel like it's an advanced portable setup than what most people, or the average, it's more advanced than the average portable setup. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, so 10 out of 10 on
and
that.
It works. Yeah, I can't complain because I'd just panic like with the cables. It's like, okay, just throw it in the back. Don't even bother. At least he put the effort in. Like, I'll put the hub in that corner, and then he cable tied them together. Yeah. So the mess isn't just dangling off the desk. Mm-hmm. You know.
There's effort here, and that's more effort than I would do. So anyways, let's go through each setup and let's find out which one was your favorite of the day. So we have Jamie, we have, which I'm thinking may be your favorite, but there are some other really good ones. We have Nick's setup. We have Noe. I'm sorry, I didn't catch how to say his name. And then we have Leslie and Lance. So out of all of them, who was your favorite of the episode?
I gotta give it to Nick.
Is it because he has the same name as you? Come on.
No, it's just the whole aesthetic of mixing your plants and like making the room like cohabitable. Yeah. Instead of like this is my room, no one else could come in it. It's like, no, this is part of, like, I share this room with someone and I don't care. Like, it's nice. Like I don't know. My setup is like, okay, this is my room, but I won't invite anyone to come watch a movie with me in here. Like, it's the cave, my cave kind of deal. Yeah, but it's definitely like a more mature setup, which I really appreciate.
Especially for his age, 23. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty mature for 23.
Super mature.
Yeah, and he even said that the blinds are motorized.
Voice command.
Voice command as well. Like, that's pretty cool. I gotta say,
this is like Tony Stark levels of cool.
Yeah,
like from my perspective, like this is dope.
Yeah, 100%. This is like the early stages of him becoming Tony Stark. You know, like the early years of his life. But yeah, this is awesome. I would agree. It's also my favorite. I also was a big fan of the number 2 and number 3. I think that they both were super, super cool. So even though, like, you know, Nick had the crazy greenery and stuff, like, these are still awesome setups.
Which would be your runner-up, like the number 2 position?
Probably Lessie, honestly, the one that's on screen right now, mainly because
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, like big screens, open usable space. Like, yeah, there are things to improve for sure, but the cable management is just top tier.
Yeah, so, that was the selling point on that. The cables. It's like, dude, like, this is nice. Like, yeah, because even underneath his shelf on the top left, you can't see the cable for his LED light.
Yeah, I mean, way too much attention to detail. It's making me look bad, you know, because I would not have the same care in my setup. But overall, I really like it. I think all the setups here were great and unique. And that is it for this episode. So guys, do yourself a favor. Go to pimpmysetup.com to submit your setup. We need more setups. We're live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And that's it. Nick, thanks for coming on.
Dude, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, many years. It finally happened.
In the making. Yep.
I'm happy it did, because this was a fun episode, and definitely got to have you back on in the future.
I'm down to do it again. Just let me know.
Awesome. All right. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching live, stay tuned. We'll do a quick little after show. But if you're watching this later on, that's it for the episode. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in. We're live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube. Be sure to submit your setup by going to pimpmysetup.com. Check out all of the products featured at the link in the description. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And with that said, we'll see you next week.